Hello, welcome to the Focus University course on elementary scheduling in version 9.0. In this lesson, we will review the preparation that is necessary prior to beginning scheduling for the new school year. When scheduling for the new school year, we'll want to make sure that the correct school year is selected in the drop-down found in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I am currently in the 2018-2019 school year. However, I want to start scheduling for the 2019-2020 school year. So I'm going to click the drop down and select the 2019-2020 school year. Now I'm ready to begin verifying the important setup items prior to scheduling. The first item that we'll look up to verify is in the setup menu, and we'll go to marking periods. Here you'll be greeted with all of your marking periods and marking period dates for full year, your semesters, your quarters, and if you have any progress periods. I do not have any progress periods, so you'll notice that those are blank. Most school districts set up these marking periods for the schools, and therefore the schools cannot edit these marking periods. However, if you do have edit access to change these marking period dates, you'll notice that you have blue underlined lines. Simply click those blue lines to make edits to the dates as needed, and then click Save. If you do not have edit access to the marking period dates, but you see something that needs to be changed, please contact your appropriate district personnel to make those changes for you. The next item that we will verify in the setup menu is the calendars. If you have multiple calendars at your school, you will have a drop-down of those calendars to choose from. My particular school, Focus Elementary School, just has one standard district calendar. To verify the setup of your calendar, you will want to go to the dates starting with the next school year, which in this instance is August of 2019. Here you will see green check marks that indicate these are school days. You will want to verify all of the school days for all of the months in the school year. To change the month, go to the calendar month drop-down and select the next month. You will want to continue verifying these dates for all of the months in your school year. A blank box indicates this is not a school day. If you have edit access to access these calendar dates, you will see a blue underline. You can simply click on the blue underline to check or uncheck these dates as school days, and then click Update. If you have edit access to adding calendar events, click the plus sign to add an event. Select the date range for this event, add a title, select the school. If you only have access to one school, you will not see a drop-down of the rest of the schools, and add any additional notes. And then click Save. This event will now appear on your calendar. Again, most school districts set up the calendar dates and events for their schools, and therefore the schools may not have edit access to this screen. So if you do not have edit access to your calendars, but you see a change that needs to be made, please contact the appropriate district personnel to make those changes. Some schools do have rotation days set on their calendar, and they schedule those students based on the rotation days. To view an example of rotation days on the calendar, I am going to switch my school to Focus Fine Arts School. Notice that on my calendar dates, I now see an additional option of my rotation days. To see how we set this up, I will go to the Setup menu and select System Preferences. I will select School Preferences and Scheduling. Notice that for Focus Fine Arts, the advanced rotation is set as a 2-day rotation, and the rotation day label is set as letter. These system preferences can be adjusted. For example, advanced rotation can be a weekday rotation, a 2-day rotation, all the way to a 14-day rotation. The rotation day label can be letter or number. Most adjustments to these system preferences are maintained at the school district. Because this setup was completed on system preferences, if we go back to our calendar, that is why we now have this additional option on our calendar. I'm in the month of June, so there's no school days in June for the 2019-2020 school year. This is why I see all blanks and NAs. If I switch my month to August, I now see that 2-day rotation of my A day and my B day. If I have edit access to these rotation days, I'll simply click that underline and make the adjustment as needed, and then click Update. But again, if this information is maintained at the school district and you see changes that need to be made, please contact the appropriate district personnel to make those changes. The next item that we will verify in the Setup menu are the periods. The periods indicate the periods in the school day. This period setup indicates a typical elementary school setup. The start time and end time for my period 1 on this particular setup is set from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Times in the periods are needed for smarter attendance completion portal alerts, as well as scanning using the kiosk or handheld device. In period 1, we have the setup of the length set to 420 minutes and is selected as used for attendance as indicated by the green check mark. The reason why period 1 is the only period used for attendance that has minutes associated with it is because typically at the elementary school level, attendance is only taken in that homeroom period 1 class. Periods with the green check mark for use for attendance will also appear on the attendance administration report. So any period where attendance needs to be viewed on that report should be checked used for attendance. The minutes set up here do derive the daily attendance. Again, if you have edit access to this screen, you will see the blue underlines. Click the blue underlines to make any changes, and click Save. If you do not have edit access and your periods need changes to them, please contact the appropriate school district personnel to make those changes. The next item that we will verify in the Setup menu are the grade levels. Here we will want to ensure that these are the grade levels being offered at my school this year. Let's say, for example, I am not offering 5th grade at my school next year. If I have edit access to this screen, I can click the blue underline and select an end year and click Save. But again, if you do not have edit access to this screen because it is maintained at the district, please contact the appropriate district personnel to make this change for you. Lastly, in the Setup menu, we will want to verify our resource scheduler and rooms. The rooms that are set up in the resource scheduler are the rooms that are available when scheduling and assigning a room to sections. The resource as a room checkbox needs to be checked for it to appear as an option at the section level. Again, if you do not have edit access to this screen and need a room adjusted or added to your school, please contact the appropriate district personnel to make those changes. Our last setup piece that we will take a look at is in the scheduling menu this time, and we'll want to go down to our course catalog. Your course catalog is typically maintained at the school district level, but most schools do have access to view the information that is in the course catalog. If you are a Florida client, most of your elementary course numbers start with a 5 for your regular courses or a 7 for your ESE courses. I'm going to filter for courses that start with a 5 so I can see all of my regular courses. And I'll run my filter. And now I can see all of those elementary school courses. Most of these courses will probably already be in your district course catalog that you need. But if there happens to be a new course that you want to adopt at your school this year and you do not see it in your course catalog, please contact the appropriate district personnel to make the addition for you. This concludes the lesson on pre-scheduling preparation for elementary scheduling.